Discord's episodes that were slice of life based and arc narrative based have been pretty divided. One being Keep Calm and Flutter On, where people were not very keen on Discord being reformed. Then there's Three's a Crowd, which I found it to be a mindless yet okay episode. Finally, in Season 5, we have this episode, Make New Friends But Keep Discord, and with no contest, it's the best episode so far to feature Discord in a slice of life setting. There's more development for Discord as he's fleshed out more than his other moments in the series. This episode begins when Discord is having a tea party with Fluttershy. She mentions a friend she's made during her trip to see the Breezies, and her name is Treehugger. With little knowledge, Discord isn't very pleased about having another friend, thinking he's being overshadowed. To add insult to injury, Fluttershy is inviting her as a +1 to the gala when Discord originally expected to be invited from her.
I'm sorry, Discord. I assumed you'd have your own ticket since you and Princess Celestia are friends now.
Basically, this episode is another jealousy story, but unlike other episodes that had this formula, this one was done better than, let's say, All's Well That Ends Well, for a number of reasons. First off, Discord is new to the concept of friendship, and it's something to take the initiative of since prior to his other episodes he was only taking advantage of others for his own amusement. After Twilight's Kingdom, he's now taken into a different direction, and he is going to run into some obstacles. And since he's new to the concept of friendship, his reactions are more natural compared to Spike's behavior in All's Well That Ends Well, where he's already experienced friendship much more than Discord has. Discord is in a way an overgrown child, and he's downright upset that he isn't invited, and it doesn't help that his attitude gets in the way. In addition, we get a callback from the best night ever with the Grand Galloping Gala. It's a bit off topic to go over this, but when it came to the gala in Season 1, I was expecting the characters to have some kind of impact after seeing their expectations too high. Even after their talk about their experience at the donut joint, I found it weird that they'd still be excited about attending the gala after everything they experienced last time. My only guess is that they only know what to expect afterwards instead of thinking unrealistically. It's nevertheless a nice callback. We of course have Treehugger, who's introduced early on.
Radical to meet you. Really digging your vibe.
She seems to be the kind of pony I like to hang around with. You wouldn't say that to Keyframe for being a huge Beatles fan now, would you? I didn't think so. Even though she's labeled as a 60s hippie stereotype, she has a very likable personality by a calm attitude which counteracts with Discord's antics, thus putting him into very awkward situations which become hilarious in the long run. She's open-minded but not dumbed down like what most hippie stereotypes are portrayed as. This I'll save for later. With the +1s that's added for the gala, Discord goes to ask others for an open slot. However, Twilight's busy with the gala preparations, Rainbow Rarity and Applejack have their CMCs as +1s, and Pinkie Pie's bringing Maud as her +1. Frustrated, Discord storms on home, and it's here we see his living environment. Obviously it's bizarre, but much of that is to be expected. Given to Discord's character, it allows several creative merits to kick in, as well as a lot of jokes that are played throughout the episode. Anyway, it turns out that Discord's invitation to the gala was late on delivery since the mailman was lost in Discord's home. Makes sense. And to outshine Fluttershy and Treehugger throughout the episode, he brings his own +1. What the fuck is that? Sorry about that. This is the Smooze, a character from Generation 1, who was once a villain. Here, though, he's a naive creature who consumes anything shiny to him. Some people didn't like the changes of his character, but I personally don't mind. Then again, I didn't grow up with the first generation, so I'm in no right position for the understanding. While attempting to get even with Fluttershy and Treehugger, things don't go as planned, and each moment that happens builds up more and more to Discord's frustrations. Now this is something I need to go over. I stated before that I hate cringe comedy, most of which is when a character embarrasses themselves in a predictable way that becomes difficult to watch. I mention this because some people find awkward humor to be a part of cringe comedy. Not necessarily. Cringe comedy is something that makes you want to cover your face and turn away from something because you know how bad it is. However, when it comes to awkward moments, there's a very unpredictable nature that follows. It connects with the audience because of not only what they've experienced in their lifetimes, but you never know what's going to be the final result in what you're watching. In this episode, the awkward moments in Discord are done flawlessly. You never know how Discord's going to react, whether it's a comeback or a feel of frustration. As a matter of fact, the humor is one of the two major points that makes this episode shine, the other being Discord's character. We have fourth wall jokes, references to Metal Gear Solid and The Shining, and the many comedians Discord references pulling off a stand-up comedy performance. This to me is the funniest part of the episode.
Knock, knock. You're supposed to say who's there! This is the most basic of jokes!
You're the most basic of jokes.
Ooh, Discord. You want some ice to go on that burn? Shut up! I wanted to reenact it too. You motherfucker! Now, as much as I enjoyed this episode, it isn't a perfect one. While it didn't have any feelings for the Smooze, it seemed Discord was a little too hard on him. Ideally, that's kind of the point given how desperate Discord is, but keep in mind, this is a character we're supposed to root for. It also doesn't help whenever Fluttershy is oblivious to what Discord is up to. I could guess that maybe she's having too much fun, but even with the amount of time she ignores Discord, it becomes a little too disorienting. To be fair, there have been moments in her obliviousness that was played for laughs.
We went to the store and got 2 cakes.
In addition to what makes Fluttershy's character stand out well comes the final act. After failing to upstage Tree Hugger, Discord attempts to send her into another dimension. Immediately, Fluttershy steps in and commits to something she's been doing throughout the season. As you may have noticed, Fluttershy has managed to stand up to a lot of things and be bolder than what she used to. It did seem a little strange for her progression, but it's nice to consider how far she's gone from the series, and this scene is easily no exception. Discord steps down and apologizes to Tree Hugger. She accepts his apology, but knowing it will take a little while before getting acquainted well. This roots back to when I was talking about our character being open-minded and not being dirt stupid. Back in Magic Duel, I criticized Trixie being forgiven so easily after all the chaos that she's caused in Ponyville. Case in point, with Tree Hugger, we see her forgive Discord for his actions, but it will take some time to get acquainted because of that. This is one of the following occasions where redemption scenes are done better. It will sometimes take time to get better connected from your past actions. In the end, despite that there are a few obvious flaws, this episode was a lot of fun with plenty of things to take into consideration. It opens Discord's character more, it justifies its simple jealousy story along with several jokes this episode had a lot of room for, and it embraces everything to keep the viewers entertained. Now, this episode was written by Natasha Levenger, who also wrote It Ain't Easy Being Breezy's and Pinky Apple Pie. While I find this episode to be Discord's best so far in a slice of life category, I still rank Pinky Apple Pie at the top. But even then, that comes to show how much more potential this writer has. So until next time, this is Golden Fox, and take care.
Fuck you! Sit back in! Go suck my goddamn dad's chode! You piece of hairy garbage! I'll fucking kill your whole family!
Oh, that is such legit rage.
Didn't go well?